What's happening, jabronis? Rock's got a little time on his hands, so he figured why not. That's right, the Muppet Army is in full effect right now. Victorious Metal. Am I tuned into the Matrix? No, this is the Rock stream, jabroni. Christian Turner, you should have worn the turtleneck and the fanny pack. Well, the Rock's got that at his house. The Rock invaded King Boomer's house, so can't really sport that right now.
Billy Reynolds donated £5 through Super Chat. If ya smell LLLLLL what the clunge is cooking.
Goddamn right, jabroni. Thank you, Billy Reynolds. Everybody thank Billy Reynolds for setting up the awesome King Boomer's Muppet Army Discord channel. The Rock doesn't even know how to use it, but it's excellent. I take his word for it. Arius and the Nation, how you doing? It's good to see you, Daniel. The Rock says hello. James Pepper, what content have you got for us? Great one. Well, thank you for referring to The Rock by his Christian name. But The Rock was going to leave that up to you guys. I could play a game. I could call out some jabroni for being a Muppet. I could do anything you want, really. Drink beer? The Rock doesn't drink beer. The Rock leaves that job for the biggest piece of Texas trailer park trash walking in Stone Cold Steve Austin. Fake Your Death 18, you kind of look like a cooler version of Neo from The Matrix. The Rock thanks you for that. Chris Carter, the Queen is going to be The Rock's dirty sock under his bed so they can be The Rock and sock connection. The Rock doesn't like dirty socks, Chris Carter. The Rock enjoys poontang pie. You should know this. Scott Newby, is Queen Boomer dressed as Mick Foley? I actually just shot that idea to her via text. So The Rock thinks it's possible it could happen. I don't know where I'd find a mask like that. You know, because mankind is kind of a strange creature. So The Rock doesn't know where he'd pull off finding a mask like that. Probably find it in the trash can because that's where Mick Foley likes to find his food. No Name, when will the Great One be uploading another In-Betweeners? Whenever he's damn good and ready. Darkraft, if you use spray tan, would that be like blackface? I don't know, but I kind of see what you're talking about because The Rock's looking kind of pale these days. He's also out of shape. I don't know if you heard that. You got a nice gut going on. Yazzie B, hey Boomer, how's your day? You gonna do some Mickey Flanagan? I don't know about that. Stevie Sandman, The Rock says, what you Muppets cooking? You gotta smell what The Rock is cooking first. Clarky Pants, you look like an undercover lifeguard. Well, The Rock says he can definitely save your life. What on earth do you look like, Tyrese Smith says. Well, first of all, I don't look like, I am the Great One. So know your role, jabroni. Chris Work, you look like Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat. I don't know that jabroni. Is he any good? Dan Judd says, The Rock says, feisty one you are. That is correct. Daniel from Embrace the Suck 21 says, gotta jump off, bro. Stay legendary, stay safe, and don't forget to collect your candy tax. That's right, Daniel. Tell those jabronis what's up. And I'll lay the smack down on them. You have a good night, man. Johnny Cage's shades are from a gas station, says Billy Reynolds. An electrifying gas station. Stevie Sandman says, just need to get a checkered shirt for Queen Boomer, jogger pants, and white trainers for Mick Foley. As long as she finds them all behind a dumpster, it'll be spot on. Shamanistic says, why did you do Mankind dirty like that back in the day? Because he's about 10 pounds of monkey crap in a 5-pound bag, that's why. That PC monitor must be really bright, says Richard Ridley. Should dress the Queen up as Kevin Hart, says Kev83. That's a very good idea. I like that one. The Rock likes that. Could definitely use him as a stepladder if he needed to. Queen would make a great Stone Cold Steve Austin. I've been meaning to lay the smackdown on that jabroni. Mad Leprechaun says Johnny Bravo with a question mark. Well, as you Muppets should know, The Rock was the inspiration for Johnny Bravo. Some people say it's the other way around. I tend to think they should get a life, because talking some jabroni smack is not a way to live your life. Watch the Victoria Cross special. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. But The Rock didn't create that. That was... King Boomer had a lot of people requesting that for the 50,000 subscriber special. And the jabroni finally got around to get recording that. So... and it was a pleasure to do. Lots of brave stories in that one. Yazzie B, been watching you guys for a few weeks now. Absolutely loving your channel. The Rock thanks you for that. No Name says live from the Smackdown Hotel. Well, The Rock tells you what. How many Muppets in here would like to hear The Rock sing a song? Get a good shot of that. There you go, Billy Reynolds. That's not the people, that's the corporate eyebrow. Know your role, jabroni.
New Wave Youth donated £1 through Super Chat.
New Wave Youth. The Rock thanks you for the Super Chat. You obviously know your roles. Well, can we send King some WD-40? Actually, King Boomer is probably going to set up a P.O. box soon, so if you overload him with WD-40, I'm sure he'll appreciate that. No Name, that is correct. It does not matter what you think. Speaking of the Smackdown Hotel, how about this? Well, since Rock's baby left him, he found a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the end of Jabroni Drive at Smackdown Hotel, mama. The Rock feels so lonely, baby. Rock feels so lonely. Rock feels so lonely he could cry. How'd you like that? Did you guys enjoy The Rock singing just there? The Rock keeps forgetting the camera is here. So I'm trying to give you that beautiful corporate eyebrow. Actually, I think Queen Boomer would be a great second Supergirl. George, that is the best chat I've seen so far. Look at that corporate eyebrow in the chat by George. That's beautiful, George. Rock, if you're going to have a P.O. box, remember to buy rubber gloves. Learn that from It's JPS. Why would you want rubber gloves? Rock doesn't understand that unless you stick some poontang pie in that P.O. box. Hello there, Rockman Rock. You have a wonderful name, jabroni. So what did JPS get sent in a box that required rubber gloves? Rob Ponton, nice $5 shirt. Sorry, I mean $5,000 shirt. Well, The Rock isn't wearing a $5,000 shirt. He's wearing a $100 shirt. I don't know if you guys knew, but The Rock is on tough times right now. He's on welfare. Paul Bendicus, I did it for The Rock. Well, you're obviously friends with that fat thong-wearing jabroni. Jonathan Sell. The Rock apologizes. Hello from Buckinghamshire. Buckinghamshire. The Rock doesn't know how to say that. But hello. It's good to see you, Jonathan. Well, if anybody sends The Rock something like that, they're getting the smackdown laid on them, that's for sure. Lincoln Clay says King Boomer could easily beat The Rock in a street fight. In his dreams, Mr. Clay. You know better than that. Rock, I have a suggestion that won't spoil in-betweeners. I'm all ears, Billy. Scott Thomas says I can smell what you're cooking. Esto Forte says this is the best American Reacts channel. The Rock and King Boomer, thank you for that, Esto. You obviously have great taste. Stuart McAndrew, how do you beat Dwayne Johnson in a fight? Throw paper at him. The Rock would have laughed at that if he was still sucking on a pacifier. I guess maybe The Rock should throw out a challenge if anybody's out there thinks they can make the great one crack and laugh. Scott Thomas says, what do you bench, Mr. Johnson? The Rock says, don't call him by his government name. The Rock would lose to Gilbert. Change my mind. If you look up jabroni in the dictionary, Gilbert is the first picture that pops up. You know better than that, shamanistic. Kevin Brown, damn, do we have the sideburns too? The Rock does have the sideburns. Although his barber messed them up and made them a little too short. So, take a look at that, jabroni. Tony Blair says King Boomer loved the shades. Well, The Rock thanks you for that. Loved you as Prime Minister, Tony Blair. Said no one ever. I know what The Rock is cooking. Ian Pilkington, great last name. The Rock likes that. I know what The Rock is smelling. Clunge pie. The Rock has a big addiction to pie, so you're right about that one. New Wave Youth. I spanked Dwayne Johnson the other day and he called the cops. Now I've got a tag and can't be within 500 yards of him. I finally hit rock bottom. Well, The Rock knows that's not true. But he can give you a personal up-close rock bottom if you really enjoy that kind of thing. I'm going to warn you, though, you might be hospitalized for a few days. No name. Who's dressing up as Val Venus? It's a good question. That would be an excellent costume. Maybe one of you guys should hop on a flight and dress up as him. Although I think you'll scare all the women around with what's under that towel. Kevin Brown, my nickname in real life is Muffin. All this muff talk is making me twitchy. Well, The Rock says go suck on a muffin, jabroni. Rock, check your jabroni cord, PM. The Rock will do that. In-betweeners on comic relief. That's a pretty good idea, Billy. The Rock thanks you for that. Unfortunately, The Rock can't do it without his poontang pie around, so he's going to have to wait for Queen Boomer. The Rock, are you sleeping with Joe Biden? No, but Joe Biden's definitely sleeping. We all know that. Please visit York City in England, you Muppets' greatest city. You'll love it. We plan on doing that, Stephen Partridge. That's one of the main stops. I think we might spend about 3 days in there. Apparently, Queen Boomer is the most excited about York. So that's a no-brainer. The Rock, come to Liverpool, land of the Beatles. The Rock might have to do that. Christian Allen, will you be reviewing the In-Betweeners movies on your channel? Most likely. We got to finish the series first, though. Hello, Gordy Daz 666. The Rock should smell what Gordon Ramsay is cooking. The Rock definitely smells it. Visit York Dungeon and Viking Center, plus have ice cream on the riverside. Hopefully you get a sunny day for it. Well, The Rock doesn't eat ice cream. The Rock eats poontang pie. The Rocket will be boss meeting you, man. You are one true king. Don't say you don't want it. Well, Tony Blair, The Rock would love to meet you. How do you like them apples, jabroni? James Pepper, happy Halloween. You bummed her. Happy Halloween yourself. Mandy Potts says, I like that Elvis eyebrow. This is the corporate eyebrow. George says, give Tony the rock bottom. Well, whenever the Rock gets over there, he'll do that for sure. Dan Hudson says The Rock looks like Neo. It's about the third person that says that. The Rock's getting tired of that. It's a bunch of monkey crap. You should have smelled what the croc was cooking from Derby, England. Richard William, what kind of physical exercise does The Rock like to do? You should ask your mom. Who would you rather fight, The Rock or Khabib? Well, you definitely want to fight Khabib. If anybody would like to go one-on-one with the Great One, then there's something seriously wrong with that person. Sunday is Rock cheat meal day, pancake stack. Well, obviously you know The Rock pretty well. You know that he loves his pancakes. But The Rock already had those this morning, so why don't you pancake your ass on out of here? James Mullins. The Rock thanks you for that. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Philip Green, have you ever thought of taking up acting? Well, The Rock's got a lot of movies out, jabroni. Penis Hazelton. The Rock would like to welcome Penis Hazelton into the chat. He has been a long-time subscriber and a shiny, thoroughly polished Muppet. So everybody say hi to Penis Hazelton. He says, check out York History Museum. Great place. The Rock plans on it. That is a must. So thank you for the suggestion. The Rock and Queen Boomer are probably going to spend about 3 days. York might be the place where the two of us spend the most amount of time. Adamus Grove, will you box Vin Diesel? Well, The Rock would have to tie one hand behind his back before it would be a fair fight. I might have to tie both arms behind my back and just fight with my eyebrow. Bad man. Whatever you want to talk about, jabroni. Rock's got time on his hands. Lawrence Chapman. Good evening, jabroni. Thai restaurant in Leeds. Christian Allen. Thank you for that suggestion. Because The Rock loves his Thai food. I'm right near York, says Joe Barron. Any plans for a meetup with UK fans at all? Actually, The Rock's been thinking about that. If there's anyone out there, or you know anyone who owns a small pub or something like that, shoot The Rock an email. Although this is a long way down the road, so can't say for certain whether that's going to happen or not.
Paxillus Involutus donated £4.49 through Super Chat. What are you cooking? And where is your beard? Mrs. Rock won't be happy.
Thank you very much for the Super Chat, Paxillus.
Real Cookie Cook donated £2 through Super Chat. US reactors go UK plus just do cities. Don't do that.
Well, let me address the first super Chat first. Thank you, Real Cookie. The Rock says you are two wonderful jabronis. First of all, The Rock isn't cooking anything. He's talking. And The Rock doesn't have a beard. King Boomer does. But he won't for much longer after I smack it right off of his Muppet face. Mrs. Rock won't be happy. Well, you know, she's going to have to get over that. But thank you for the $4.49. Rock appreciates it. Real Cookie Cook. What kind of a jabroni ass name is that? US reactors go UK plus just do cities. Don't do that. Well, The Rock isn't planning on that. Going to cities is not checking out a country. It is just going to a city of that country. So The Rock's probably going to avoid that. We would like to hit up some small towns, so you're definitely right about that. That was a very good super chat there. How long are we talking? Next year or two? Richard William? Probably the summertime. The Rock looks more like the Pebble, says Carl Hartwell. Well, I can shine up a pebble and shove it straight up your candy ass if you like. Judging from that comment, The Rock says you're probably into that kind of thing. Bad man, what's the weather like where you are? Well, it's here in Miami, Florida, where The Rock's from. Makes his home away from home. And it is very nice and sunny. And the Poontang Prime is... Poontang Prime. The Poontang Pie is prime. Remember that. That's right, Billy Reynolds. So far, I will smell it. Summertime coming to UK. Good call. Weather is awful right now. Yeah, well, The Rock doesn't like the cold. Richard Ridley, I'd rather be in Florida than here in the UK. Dagma Habakkuk. Friday night dinner with a caution sign. How are you going to demand something of The Rock when you put a caution sign next to it, jabroni? The hell is wrong with you? It's like saying you need to do this, but be fucking careful at the same time. Well, The Rock isn't doing Friday night dinner until the in-betweener reactions are finished. I get enough protest from the in-betweener clan or cult or whatever you want to call those Muppets. Every video I post that's not an in-betweener's reaction, there's like 10 or 12 of them demanding to know where the next in-betweener's reaction is. Dagma Habakkuk. Just to get your attention, Sir Rock. Well, The Rock appreciates that. You have a great day, Dagma. Hope you have a good Halloween, too. Neil from the UK says, I'm afraid I can't smell what you are cooking.
Chris Silverthorne donated £5 through Super Chat. If you smell what the Muppet is cooking.
The Rock thanks you for that super chat, Chris. Well, I can definitely smell what you're cooking. How about that? The Rock smells what you're cooking, Chris. Zenova says, let me tell you something, brother. Well, The Rock already laid the smackdown on that leg-dropping candy ass. You already know this. Could I suggest Kevin and Perry go large? Absolutely hilarious Harry Enfield movie. Yes, you can, Fat Sam. But The Rock says lose some weight, will you? Get in The Rock's gym. He'll teach you how to be a man. Annie Sharp says, are you going to do more Father Ted? Not demanding, just wondering. Well, The Rock says King Boomer will get on that pretty soon. He's got a plan, so yes. McMarkey 1985. What do mummies listen to on Halloween? Rap music. Get the hell out of my chat, jabroni. The Rock versus King Boomer, who would win? Come on, Tony Blair, you're smarter than that. I think King Boomer wouldn't even step down to The Rock's ramp. Probably be a chicken shit and not even show up. Will the Queen be dressing up for Halloween? Yes. Yes, Fence Up. Apparently some people in the chat think she should dress up as that idiot Mankind who The Rock bashed his head in with 15 chair shots all those years ago. But if she wants to dress up like him, you'd have to find a costume in the dumpster. I put my money on King Boomer. The Rock is pushing 80, is he not? Come on, Dagma, you know better than this. The Rock thought we were on good terms now. But apparently not. Still acting like a jabroni. Have you thought of moving game streams onto Twitch or a new channel so it doesn't affect your analytics? Not really. I mean, King Boomer only has, it's not a small number, but it's not a major number either, over 50,000 subscribers, so I think at this point starting another channel would not be the right move. Hello from the UK. Hello, Ash. George, WWF died after the Attitude Era. The Rock couldn't agree more. I mean, look what happened when The Rock and all the great opponents from that era left. The guy who took over the company and went straight to the top because all the talent had left. Was the guy go, "You can't see me. You can't see me. I can see you. Can you see me? You can't see me." We tend to stick to the horror side of Halloween for our costumes, says Fence Up. Well, to each their own. Rock's not bothered by that. Neil from the UK, WWF No Mercy on N64, best wrestling ever. I think The Rock would have to agree with you on that. Tony Blair says King Boomer, first of his name, King of Florida, defender of the Muppets, and the one true king versus Dwayne the Kingslayer. Well, first of all, it's The Rock, the great one, the people's champ, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. How dare you give King Boomer more titles than The Rock? That's so offensive that The Rock just had diarrhea. How's that, Dagma? Freedom isn't free says you look more like Hunter Biden, no offense. Well, The Rock says, why don't you take your candy ass out of The Rock's chat? How about that? Thank you, Dagma. Joe Barron says lost interest when WWF went to WWE. The Rock couldn't agree more. Why do you think The Rock got his candy ass out of there? Greg Galloway says react to In-Betweeners Season 3 Episode 4. Well, The Rock says why don't you react to him laying the smackdown on your candy ass? How about that? Adamus Grove says, WTF, that's King Boomer in a rock disguise. No, it's not, Adamus. This is The Rock in King Boomer's home, taking over his channel. Well, The Rock appreciates that, Tony Blair. You have a wonderful evening. And go wash your ass. Have a good night, brother. Chris Silverthorne says nobody beats Chuck Norris. Well, The Rock takes offense to that. Richard Williams, how you doing? Nice compliment. The Rock thanks you for it. Hope you have a good day, pal. Andy Sharp, The Rock appreciates that comment. But The Rock knows how to deal with these jabronis himself, alright? Watch Read Play Retro, one of The Rock's biggest fans. How you doing, jabroni? What's King Boomer's favorite place in America? That's a good question. Do you mean like a place that maybe I would recommend people from overseas to visit and checking out the United States? Because I could give you one. Okay, Dan. Well, I always tell people to go to New Orleans. New Orleans is an awesome city. It's not a big city, and it's just so much fun. Whether you're looking to, be a ridiculous drunk or whether you want great food, New Orleans is still probably the best food I've ever had in my life. It's amazing. The party atmosphere is great. The music is incredible. Definitely by far above and beyond The Rock's favorite city. So I would check out New Orleans if you're on your way over here. Also, if you were to visit the United States, I would recommend going somewhere out west. Like let's pick some states: Montana, Idaho, Colorado. Let's throw the Dakotas in there. Why not? Wyoming. You see the ranching culture up there, and it's just the scenery's beautiful, like no other place in America. And not a lot of people. If you don't want to be around a lot of people, it's perfect for you. Great scenery, not a lot of people. Everyone's nice. Which The Rock can't say that for other places in the States, but everyone out west is nice. Would you ever come to Cape Town, South Africa? It's really nice during the summer. Well, thank you, Richard Williams. Well, The Rock says this. The Rock would love to go to Cape Town, but first somebody would have to lay the smackdown on those great white sharks you have over there, because The Rock's not about that. Dan Hudson, I don't like people. That sounds perfect. Well, there you go. And if you're, and if you don't like people, but you still want to visit a city, New Orleans is the perfect city. Not a lot of people, but it's vibrant. It's artsy. It's fun. You can literally walk down the street with an open container if you're into that kind of thing. It's just a wonderful city. The Rock couldn't praise New Orleans enough. And I always try to get people from my own country to go there. Like people, I was talking to people next door the other day about New Orleans, and I was like, you have to go. And they had never been. So... Watch, read, play, retro. Honestly, never seen anyone do such a cool old school rock before. It's that frown that makes it. Well, The Rock appreciates that. And he would like to say hello again because you've been a longtime fan of the channel. So, The Rock appreciates that. Billy Reynolds, well, he's talking about how The Rock frowns a lot. Doesn't smile very much. Unless he's got some poontang pie over for dinner. That's when The Rock smiles. Jake, LOL. The Rock says hello to you, sir. George says, anything you don't like about Florida? Rock's got to think about that one. Yes. Okay, I got you. The Rock has you on this one. The one thing The Rock doesn't like about Florida is all of the out-of-towners trying to move here. Lots of people from New York, New England, California. They're all trying to move here. And we're running out of room. So The Rock would like to just smack most of them out of here. Lawrence Chapman, how many music venues in New Orleans? The Rock doesn't know the answer to that question, but he's sure there's quite a few. Literally every bar you walk into has live music, and each live music is different. So you go to one place they're playing jazz, you go to one place they're playing blues, you go to one place they're playing live hip-hop music. It's a wild place, man. I couldn't recommend New Orleans enough. Richard Ridley, hurricanes, snakes. The Rock admits you may have a point there, but I'd rather get these jabronis from up north out of here. Plus, The Rock doesn't like the way they smell. Joe Barron, when I went to Florida, despite being warned multiple times, the humidity really took me by surprise. Didn't like that. The Rock enjoys the humidity. But I can see where you're coming from. Dan Hudson says in Scotland it rains 2 feet every day. Not in Florida. In Florida it rains for about 5 minutes and then it moves on. Unless you get hit by a hurricane. Davlo Deepfakes, found your channel a few weeks ago. I'm from the UK and I'm loving your reactions to UK shows. Keep them coming. Thank you, Davlo. The Rock appreciates that. You have a great day, sir. Go get some poontang pie on The Rock. Tell him The Rock sent you. Billy Reynolds, one of The Rock's favorite people, says, Rock, if you come to Edinburgh, depending on what you want to see, either avoid or come during the Edinburgh Fringe. Well, The Rock's only got one question. What in the blue hell is that? Paddy Lavery, all the best from Ireland. Well, The Rock says all the best to you, Paddy. I like that name, by the way. Leilakia, will you ever come to London, UK? You bet your ass The Rock is coming to London. Although all the people in London better know their role. Stay out of The Rock's way. Watch Reed play retro. Is this good enough for you? Tony Dauber, are you planning to do a white gold reaction after the in-betweeners reactions? Yes.
£2 through Super Chat. Briefcase wanker.
Yuletide family, thank you for the £2 super chat. You just called The Rock a briefcase wanker. Well, you obviously know your role, so I'll let that one slide. Hey, Lakia, thank you. This is The Rock's electrifying $800 shirt. Metal Music Matt, you should have been Jerry the King Lawler. Well, the King knows better than to interrupt The Rock, so you might have something going there. Dagma says, will you ever react to Debbie Does Dallas? You're a funny guy, Dagma. Or you could be a chick. The Rock doesn't know, and The Rock could care less. Davlo deepfakes. I wonder how long it would be until you break character and laugh. Well, one of you jabronis has to come up with something good to make that happen. Fence up. I last came to Florida when it was $2 to the pound, everything half price. Good luck finding that shit again.
Dale Robinson donated £2 through Super Chat.
Thank you, Dale Robinson. The Rock appreciates that. Dino Jarflex, hey Rock, what do you call a guy with no shins? Well, The Rock has no idea. But he knows what he's going to call you after you have no face. Once The Rock lays a smackdown on your candy ass. What do you call a guy in a pool with no arms and legs? Bob. Well, let me ask you something, SGC. What is your name? Surprised nobody finished that for The Rock. The Rock is deeply disappointed. Okay, SGC, you answered your own question. You just moved up a notch in The Rock's book. Congratulations, that puts you at notch 1.
Billy Reynolds donated £5 through Super Chat. Rock be so good looking, as soon as he appears the clunch goes piss.
The Rock thanks you for that, Billy. Obviously, you've had a taste of poontang pie before. Well, Dagman, this ain't The Rock's first rodeo. Ryan Taylor says, "Hey Rock, do you like your Fruity Pebbles in the morning?" Somebody get this John Cena fan out of here, please. Chris Haddow, who's the baseballer in the background? That's King Boomer. Obviously, he doesn't know his role. Dino Jarflex, nice muscle shirt, Rock. I guess the muscles arrive tomorrow. Well, the Rock hasn't been working out for a while. But that doesn't mean he's not able to take you down a stroll through Know Your Role Boulevard. He could do it at any time, jabroni. So watch your mouth when you're talking to the Rock. Metal Music, Matt 1, you are obviously a big Rock fan, so the Rock says thank you. Watch your Rock when you're talking to the mouth. Jamma J. The Rock says hello. How you doing today? Ryan Taylor, Rock, can you smell what Queen Boomer is cooking? The Rock smells that all the time. Queen Boomer's a good cook.
Billy Reynolds donated £5 through Super Chat. Rock, your sexiness results just came in. Yup, still got it.
The Rock doesn't even know what that was. But thank you for the super chat, Billy. You were definitely the number one jabroni of the evening. It sounded like you're having poontang pie withdrawal. Are you okay over there, Billy? John Meacham says, how's it going, you muppet? How you doing, jabroni? Patty says, if you ever come to Ireland, you have to visit Ardoyne. That's an interesting name for a town. But The Rock will be stopping in Ireland on that trip, so don't you worry. The Beanie, do you ever cook for Queen Boomer? Of course The Rock does. In fact, the Rock's favorite thing to make Queen Boomer is pancakes. Steven, did you enjoy my comment the other day about you bringing in a Logan Paul fan in? The Rock doesn't know what you're talking about. Anybody watch that fight last night? I thought for a second Silva was going to win. Lilakia, how is Queen Boomer? She's doing excellent. Ryan Taylor, can The Rock give the Muppets a quick blast of Elvis? Well, The Rock already did that. But, since your monkey ass asked so nicely, why not? Here we go, you jabronis ready? Well, since Rock's baby left him, he found a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the end of Jabroni Drive at Smackdown Hotel. Mama, the Rock feels so lonely, baby. Rock feels so lonely. Rock feels so lonely he could cry. How is that, Ryan Taylor? The Rock just made your monkey ass famous. Billy Reynolds, what did you do for her birthday, Rock? Well, The Rock surrounded her with clunge and then told her to get lost. Jama's hashtag send The Rock to Ukraine. That war would have been over yesterday if The Rock was there. Dagma, will you ever visit? The Rock's not even going to attempt to read that name. It's the kind of thing. That's the kind of name you'd say after eating a bad case of poontang pie. Lakia, any plans for a Halloween rock? Oh yes. In fact, you might see a video out of it. I'm not sure, but don't. The Rock's not going to guarantee a video out of what he does on Halloween, but he's going to try to make a video out of it. So he will make the attempt. How about that? Simon Watts, what was your name as a kid? Pebble? I think that's been said in the chat like 4 or 5 times. Obviously, you don't have a very good memory. You must be related to Big Show. That's probably your best friend standing at the corner of a street next to a stop sign going, yeah! Lawrence Chapman, what's your sport? NFL, NHL, basketball, or baseball? Well, I like every one that you mentioned. The Rock likes every one of those. Not too big on the NHL, though. Sorry to say. Adam Morton, so I had one bent over the table. Guess the quote. Jay from the In-Betweeners. Although you could have been quoting The Rock right when he's getting ready to shine something up and shove it up somebody's candy ass. Harambe, I'm not even going to read that because I don't even know if that's a spoiler. But The Rock says, don't spoil the reactions, jabroni. How about that? Go wash your ass. Well, that is correct, Stephen Soar. Ryan Taylor need to react to Ricky Gervais Derek Caravan outtake scene. The Rock has seen that. Very funny. The Rock actually tried to do a Derek outtakes reaction, but it was blocked. So I don't think, even if I wanted to do that, I don't think I could do it anyway. Rock, how will you get around the movie reaction restrictions? Well, it's not going to be a front to end, just play the movie and watch along. If you want an example of what it may look like, it will probably be something like the reaction that The Rock had to the movie Snatch. Watch that video. It's in the channel. Then you'll get an idea of what the reaction would be like. Although The Rock is thinking about posting 2 videos. One like the Snatch movie reaction video, and then one where it doesn't have anything on the screen but The Rock, and then there's a timer on it, and then you can play the movie on your own time and then play mine at the same time and watch along with. Might do something like that. Have you checked out the Peep Show? No, but I got it on the list, Steven Soar. Well, I could do that, Billy. It's with movies though. At least when I did those 2 movie reactions, I never paused the movie. So I don't think that's a problem. Rogue NL, The Rock, you're more like Neo. Well, The Rock says you're more like Elmer Fudd, pal. So do us a favor and go find a rabbit, jabroni. Adam Morton, King Boomer, can you put 10 most brutal rugby league fights on your list, please? Actually, that would be a tough one because when it comes to fights, YouTube really frowns on that. I got in trouble a couple times when I was doing angry driver reaction videos because of the accidents and stuff, and then I had one video flagged for violence because people were breaking out in fights in a soccer match. Paul Bendicus, you are obviously a major WWF fan, so thank you for having a chat with the WWF champ. It's a good observation, Billy. I didn't know that, but it makes sense. Well, I think The Rock has to move on to getting some reactions done on his own time. Just thought that The Rock would pop in and say hello to all you useless jabronis out there. Make sure you give King Boomer my regards. Because The Rock says that man's an idiot. Neil ST, how often do you beat jabroni? As often as your mother wants me to. How about that? Yes, Simon, I can definitely smell what Queen Boomer is cooking. Well, The Rock is going to get on out of here. But he tells you what. He'll try to make a video out of at least tomorrow night, The Rock and Queen Boomer have some shenanigans that we got to get involved with. So I'll bring the GoPro along, and we'll see if we can make a video out of it. How about that? Maybe you guys will see the Great One in action once again. So all you jabronis out there, do y'all have a great Halloween? The Rock thanks you for stopping by. He's still perplexed by some of the really weird behavior by some of you, but I guess that comes with the territory. So The Rock thanks you for that as well. All of you have a wonderful Halloween. Have a great week as well. And make sure you stay tuned to see The Rock in some action. He'll probably drops 2 reaction videos tomorrow because King Boomer's on hiatus. I sent him that way with a bag of salt so he could dry his ass crack. So all of you have a great one, and I guess The Rock couldn't leave without doing this one time, right? If you smell what The Rock is cooking. You jabronis have a nice night.